Good evening and welcome to Kashmir Pen TV. I am Shazia and you're watching our weekly roundup, a comprehensive look at the key developments shaping Jammu and Kashmir this week. This past week has unfolded as a layered narrative, reflecting a region navigating reform, resilience, and reality at a defining crossroads. At the administrative level, an important development came with the Directorate of Tourism convening its departmental promotion committee after a gap of over 18 months. While it may seem routine, the move represents a long overdue correction, restoring morale within the system and reinforcing that governance must also ensure fairness to its own workforce. In the education sector, the University of Kashmir continued its efforts towards modernization, with curriculum updates and practical exposure initiatives. At the same time, the decision to revert to a merit-based undergraduate admission system has sparked debate, raising important questions about accessibility, equity, and preparedness within the broader education framework. Meanwhile, Kashmir's cultural vibrancy continues to shine. Literary gatherings, mushairas, and festivals like Jashn-e-Mosiki and Jashn-e-Ahmad-e-Bahar reaffirm the valley's identity as a cradle of art and expression, preserving its cultural soul amid changing times. However, alongside these positive strides, a serious concern persists: the growing menace of substance abuse among the youth. While authorities have intensified crackdowns and enforcement measures, it is increasingly clear that this battle cannot be won by policing alone. It calls for a collective societal response, involving families, educators, and community leaders to protect the future generation. On the development front, the government's push towards integrating artificial intelligence in education and healthcare reflects an emerging digital vision. Efforts to streamline data across sectors such as land, banking, and agriculture hold the promise of improved governance, provided transparency and accountability remain at the core. Economically, the week presented a mixed yet hopeful picture. Infrastructure initiatives, including cargo terminals and food processing centers, along with support systems like cold storage facilities for apple growers, highlight a multi-sectoral approach to growth. Yet, instances of fuel panic buying also exposed underlying vulnerabilities in public trust and market regulation. On the political front, developments surrounding delimitation and legislative processes indicate an evolving democratic landscape in the Union Territory. At the same time, celebrations like Baisakhi and calls for unity and harmony from leadership serve as reminders of the pluralistic ethos that defines Jammu and Kashmir. Authorities also continued efforts to maintain law and order, taking action against banned organizations and monitoring inflammatory online content. However, lasting stability, experts suggest, must go beyond enforcement, requiring engagement, dialogue, and inclusive participation. This week, perhaps more than most, has highlighted a fundamental truth. Jammu and Kashmir is not standing still. It is moving, navigating between reform and reality, between promise and challenge. The road ahead demands more than announcements. It requires sustained commitment, institutional integrity, and a people-centric approach. Because ultimately, the true measure of progress will not lie in policies framed, but in lives transformed. With that, this is Shazia for Kashmir Pen TV. Stay informed, stay engaged. Khuda Hafiz.